We've been trying to get to this trail trimming project for, well, part of it for over a year, having trouble with it, and now we were gonna do it this week, and it's rained every single day, and I keep canceling. It still shows rain in the forecast today, but I'm gonna try it anyway, so we're gonna use the Brush Tiger to do that. You guys had a lot of questions about the Brush Tiger, about how it attaches, a little more detail about how it works, so we'll take a look at that now. Let's get started. Well, this is a PTO powered hydraulic pump, and several folks were saying, hey, we don't see any PTO shaft. Well, there's not really a PTO shaft, right? The pump attaches directly to the PTO, so there's not much of a shaft. Have to attach this chain to keep it from spinning. Two hoses hook up to the third function. These are for the tilt of the deck. The other three hoses, pressure, return, and a tank drain. A tank drain so that the hydraulic motor can spin down gracefully when the pump turns off and doesn't get immediately stopped, which would not be good on anything. The manufacturer suggests that I move this shield backwards. There's another setting. See these holes here? These are lock nuts on there. They're a little bit tight. Bolts are actually studs welded on the back side. That was good. No worse for the wear. Man, that's loud. ISO tunes to the rescue. Much better. Now the blade reaches out about an inch further than the shield. That will make a difference. Let's take a look at the blades here. Got some questions about them after we did all that tree work. I'll let you be the judge. Every time I comment on the quality of a mower blade, somebody says I am not sensitive enough, and somebody else says I'm oversensitive, so there you go.
At first I wasn't sure how aggressive they wanted me to be, so I started what I would call fairly gently, not taking any of the big brush, just trying to get some little stuff out of the way. It wasn't long till they came back and said, we'd like you to be a little more aggressive than that. Get some more of that brush taken out, so you'll see that here in a minute. Also, the brush didn't seem to be too bad right here at the trailhead. I suspect it gets trimmed a little more frequently on this end. In addition to Johnny 2 here with the Hardee Mower, we also brought the Ventrac with the big boom mower. It's a sickle bar that'll reach way up high. We've got a first-time Ventrac operator getting used to it right here. Hey, if you want to discuss this mower, other attachments, or have tractor questions, check out TractorUniverse.com. It's a rapidly growing group of tractor lovers. We're keeping it clean, and we're not going to let it devolve into, well, what Facebook is.
I moved that shield back like I showed you earlier, and that really made this thing a cutting machine. Whoa, I wonder if I bend it sometimes when I move that.
Okay, watch the right end of the mower here. Get a good look at that right there. We'll talk more about that in a minute.
Man, this thing cuts. And it cuts what I want it to cut. Move around stuff that doesn't need to be cut.
We're getting the big stuff out. He can come along and mulch around.
Yeah, if I had my grapple, I'd be able to carry all this stuff out in one load. I just don't have enough tractors here.
That's terrible. Not enough tractors.
I need a longer trailer, Christy, so I can bring more tractors.
You get a longer trailer and we won't be allowed on the road.
Yeah, that's true. This mower is incredibly versatile for this project. It's like it's made for exactly this project, or at least it works beautifully on it. I can't quite reach high enough to get some of the tall stuff, but that Ventrac, I think he's going to be able to get them. He may not know that he could reach up probably and get some. He may not even know that we need those down. Maybe we don't. It's nice to have shade over the middle if you can, if it's high enough.
Yeah, as long as it's high enough that tall people on bikes like you don't hit their head.
Okay, I guess I'll get back to it, but I'm just taking these down to the ground if I can. I think that's the easiest way to deal with it.
Quite a cutting machine, right? Now here, notice that I'm focused on that tree that's laying on the tractor there, and I actually run it aground going backwards there. Now to my knowledge, this is the only mower of this size and class that has this hydraulic tilt. It allows you to tilt it downward or upward with the third function valve. I found that incredibly handy, especially when it's sloped like this along the side of the Terra. Pretty amazing. Sometimes I had so much junk brush on the end of the mower there, it was hard for me to even see where it was.
I'm going to mow up to you and then I'm going to back up and get a second pass. It's amazing to me that I can get these things. Oh, I did.
Okay, here's another instance. I hit that tree with the end of the mower out there. Totally stopped the tractor. It's because I couldn't quite see out there, and I thought I was going to miss it.
I've never seen a mower quite like this, so tell me about it.
Well, it's called a convertible mower, and it's kind of unique in that it's several different kinds of mowers. Safety is very important, and there's a couple features that I really liked about it. One is it's a typical set-on mower, zero-turn mower, but if you're on a really hilly land and you're kind of scared, you can come over here and very easily adjust. You just grab this and pull it back. And now it becomes a walk-behind mower. And I'm not sure if you can actually put a thing on it where you can actually ride or not. I'm not 100% sure about that, but it's handy for that. And the other feature that probably the main reason I bought it was that you can turn this into a wheelbarrow.
Really?
There's an attachment that goes on the front, hooks on right here, and it's probably about a half a cubic yard. It's and I have it sitting back at my house. And it's really great for mulch and brush and that sort of thing. So it attaches here, and then you walk behind, and then you can fill it up, and you just pick it up, and it's fixed and centered just right, so it's slightly off center. You just dump it off, and down you go, and
that's awesome.
pretty handy.
And the other thing you said was it's made here in town.
Yeah, right here in Thorntown, south end of town, so it's really locally made.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All volunteers, friends of Boone County Trails. Tim has left a mess in his wake. Steve's just trying to get the upper limbs that Tim can't reach with the bigger mower. And they're not trying to get rid of all the limbs. They just want to get it up high enough that bicyclists can ride under it.
Now here you might look close and see that, yeah, maybe I've hit one too many trees out there on the right end.
Well, Christy, I think our day is done. Yeah, our mower is waving a little bit. What happened was, as I was mowing along the side here, the mower was often out in the brush where I couldn't see the right end of the mower. And I would think that I was going along fine and gonna miss a tree or whatever, but then I would whack a tree right here with the edge of the mower and just continually put strain on the end of this deck, right? So I just would mow along, and then I would hit something, and I would be going forward not very fast. I was trying to be relatively controlled, but it didn't take much. I mean, I could feel it. It would kind of jerk the whole tractor, and eventually it just broke these welds here, and has got it all twisted around here. So I don't think there's any damage on the deck itself. This has been a little bit here. These two pieces, probably not really big deal there. Probably can straighten those, but we'll have to get this tube probably just new. I just don't see how I could keep from hitting them. And it wasn't like it was one tree I hit either. It wasn't like it was a one-time thing. I did it probably 50 times here this afternoon, and I knew I was doing it, and I'd say, hey, I'm going to try to keep, but there was just no way I could keep from hitting them because I couldn't see it. I could see the tree. I thought I would be missing the tree. I thought it would be this side of the tree, and I just misjudged. Or sometimes I didn't even see what I would hit. Sometimes I would lodge in the dirt a little bit. And so I don't know the exact time that I first cracked it. It's damaged here. I'm going to contact the manufacturer and see what is going on. I love this mower. It's incredibly effective. So, you know, I was using it hard. And so just like we use every attachment, hard to the point of maybe abuse, I don't know. I don't really, it's hard for me to call it abuse because, well, I was doing what I thought it was meant to do, and it's doing a perfect job of it. I'd say we got at least a half a mile, maybe 2/3 of a mile of this cleared on one side, and one side was much worse than the other, just the way it's made, and this mower did a great job. Vinny did a good job getting some of the high stuff, so I'm excited about that. We held the release of this video for a little while so that we could get the new parts and get some feedback from the manufacturer. Let me show you what we've got now. We've got the new parts put on. We got this piece new right here. We did get these pieces new. Again, I think they were good enough. They could have been straightened, but this one was required. It wasn't very hard to put on, so it really wasn't worth our time to really show you an install video of that. The old tube just slid out and the new one went in. There was one exception, and that is that this pin right here that you see, you can see that the pin itself got bent.
in the little tube. See how that's not straight there? So we had to cut this out. That wasn't too good. Let me show you the weld here that really was insufficient. This weld right here did not stick, did not get hardly any penetration there. Okay, the other three sides, the weld did hold and the tube broke. And that's what's supposed to happen. The tube broke on this side, and the tube's still intact on the back side, as is the weld. So there's the defective weld that we're seeing right there. Feedback from the manufacturer was pretty simple, pretty straightforward, and I thought very positive. They've had this particular unit out for 1.5 years now. This is the first incident they've had of this being bent or broken. Again, it makes sense to me because we pushed it really hard. I understand exactly why we would be the first to illustrate this. The second thing is that they said it was designed for this to be the weak point. This is a relatively inexpensive piece, and they wanted to make sure that they didn't put enough strain on the loader to bend the loader arms or tear up something much more severe. This was designed to be the failure point, and in my case, it failed. The additional piece to me is that once I've looked it over, I think I may have even had a defective weld there. So I'm not sure that the new one will break, even if I gave it the same amount of hard labor, shall we call it. Overall, I was very impressed with the response from the company. The parts arrived quickly. They were very supportive and remain very supportive of our channel and of their mower, and I think they should be. I love this thing. I can't imagine having the same functionality with any other style mower. I think this mower's got a great future ahead of it. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time on Tractor Time with Tim.